Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Our friend, also can be
very, very quick reaction.
They declared only Prof about the nice comment about me. Anya Bribia na Okasavia, Unyani Pakansempa, but I made the Sir Prof raise a very important matter concerning whether we should have a special delegates election at a central location, and also we should have it in the 17 or so polling stations that I may describe it. Prof,
yes,
it is still about the very issue now. Cost.
Okay.
Political parties now. How do we fund in programs? For instance, you have called special delegates. If you are called the actual election to select the flag bearer. Now, I say you charge aspirants no.
You see 400,000.
About 400,000. So 10 of them, that is about 4 million. That has been raised in terms of filing of nomination. Now the process to select the flag bearer, what is the cost? And where is the party going to get the money from? When you bring everybody to the center at one single location, fancy delegates or fee upper east, upper west, western north, the transportation to get here, you can't ask Obi Ofi Borga an hour. So Omran crying, and now Kumasi, Emetwaba, don't come back the same day. Typically, see your national conferences are some of those persons, Ebinumudi by 2 nights.
But I don't know, Accra na NS a more central location.
I said Accra and now Kumasi.
Okay.
I used different. I mean, wherever it is now, there are people coming from locations where they want to make man sign.
Okay.
And those kind of events, by their very nature, and it's an election, it takes time. Into one hostikra, some of them will be hosted overnight. Some of them will be hosted at least one night. Plus the distances involved in terms of transportation. That is why the party felt, and I was a member of National Council for 12 years, from 2009 to 2021. These are things National Council has exhaustively deliberated upon. It is cheaper for the party to split it out and have the elections held in those locations. Even for places like Eastern Region, delegates be fair from plains. You Abba. Oyen and tell more to me Abba as I catch the last pontoon and go back. So you may not have to incur those costs. Even for places like Dambai, Obi to me and Fikiti across Abba and Opa, Abetuaba quickly, Ako. But when you take it further, your cost goes up, your accommodation comes in, all of that will have to be borne by the center. Until ultimately, Nipana Okase Wakutia say na ebia onya resources no. If the party from the onset had in mind say near there, then those fees would have even gone more higher. Now the other side, then they say the 4th November election, which is actually the actual election for selecting the flag bearer. You are talking about 200,000 delegates. There's not even any stadium in Ghana that can hold that number of people. Beyond Kumasi stadium be able to hold even 60 or 70,000 people. So it's obvious that it will have to remain constituency based. My argument then was that Ubeko an election itself, where you are going to have about 276 polling centers that you have to monitor. Now there is a selection process for you to become part of that. And that selection process says, show your capacity to even do 17, monitoring at 17 locations. If you are unable to do 17, then you have no business even contesting in 4th November, where you have to do 276. Indeed, I agree with you. But Nipa I can say a lot of them have been at National Council when these debates arose. They know it is more expensive for us to do it centralized. And I'll give you one instance. In 2014, Brian Yakwakoto Abana Eyi Afuku as chairman. National Council, National Executive Committee met. Jake and I chairman, and they decided say Eniska, we're a party in opposition. In the Yanyan conference, no, there were 10 regional capitals na keke na cost no. I was the person who wrote a petition to National Council and said no. The party's national conference is an annual event. It comes on just once a year. So whereas a year more expensive, it is also an opportunity for party executives across the country to meet each other face to face at least once a year. So no matter the cost, we have to do it. Indeed, it's now so Emma minority caucus, he decided say we will bear a portion of the cost because just this kind of then there was a balance of it. Honorable Kofi Osafo offered to pay the difference. And if you agree back your bra or yes or back presidential wedding, we also meet you he said the party owes him money for the Tamale conference in the own year because he said bridge upon then give him how do you call it?
A waiver.
And a waiver because of the money owed to him. So the Tamale conference was paid for partly by the minority caucus and Kofi Osafo and a few individuals in the party who did. But I insisted, said no, as for this one conference, the opposition the Eniska there, but it is a otherwise it is always cheaper to have a distributed the cost wise which you were hitting us with better for us to do it that way. A bit of person I will create impression be to say there will be episode use the system, the executive structures of the party to their favor, but it is not so. For me, if anybody advances an argument, as I said earlier, which shows it will be better for us as a party to have a centralized election, I'll be willing to hear. Like I advanced that argument in 2014, it is best to have the national conference at one location, which eventually turned out say Yekoya Watamale. And National Council listened.
Okay. Just a quick one, and I thank Honorable for the extensive clarity. But cost benefit analysis, you can share. One of the ways of silencing people who will be making a lot of creating a lot of problems for you, is to let them get facts. Because when people don't have facts or they don't understand, they tend to speculate and that's exactly what you have said. I knew when be asked once VIP people will think the system will favor him more than them. And even if it is not, that's what they will think. And they're entitled to their opinion.
That's right.
And maybe it will be good for you also to let the party structures party leadership say some of this cost should be communicated easily.
Yes.
Say you had the cost of doing this in a centralized location. You had again even not. Let's look at the risk in transporting people from exactly. Maybe every Tamale, every Boga, or all the way to Accra, and then come and see the hours they will spend. Hours lost to job and productivity, the risk say and by all means maybe I'm gonna break it down. And the cost say nipa know the convenience. Say me free, me fee me for Uber 10 minutes. I'm paying let's say 20 cedis. As compared to me call Accra, na me to 500. And no come compare baby near skettu bokorabem. I said because they are cool and if a cash bana. And you bet me I cost just on the paper. So this they are social media circulate. Look, this is the cost. So you see a person and say this is how much we are spending. And remember, said the party will have to fund the main election
itself.
next year itself.
Over 200,000
Yes.
delegates for just the
November. Monday are basically then party and funding. The party will have to find a way of raising money. It makes a lot of sense to me. Say, anyway, but I think say, Emma Emuna fine. Say, Wayne Tina. Adiano, yes, say, Mumma Yankosa, pa, party me boka. Nana, over to you.
Over to me, Mate. But maybe honorable parents are most more drinking. I never go to a morning home. There was a discussion. Korea money say, "Me makase about we amuko to be or 5 week Robina 0. Obi or
Obenya
0.
Oh, 0 is a
0.
0 is impossible.
Oh, Prof.
Now the one I'm talking about.
It is possible.
And you're moving.
And you'll be an
delegate or more votes.
It's not all the aspirants who are delegates.
Okay.
So some of them,
that's possible.
It is possible.
That's possible.
You can grab it to me a cabo, it is possible.
Anyway,
it is possible.
Yes.
Now also high
Prof. Now I got the
Nana. Asami de ma asama
Prof man mo pisa.
Na ubenya zera oko high keke. Oh,
the Prof. Che, peneje kum na kada so nsuo emfa masan. Nsuo emfa masan.
Oh,
obi o ho obenya 0.
No benya zo ko ye den. Nana mentas you.
O di ase o ho.
O ko be unse benya hwe. Enti hwe ya be o ko ye den.
We no nim. Me pesa me kama ati ase pa ho. O ti ase a wa anwene ho. O dwene ho a wo nte ase.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
Bizarre. Me contestant ba ku bi mrebia osu. Because I noticed that Ojirama party but he wasn't going anywhere. Onya campaign onya hwi. Na kro ba me channel bizarre say, "Na di ya say afi bia how contest na. Ozo awon ko campaign." Was honorable. For her records dream. Medieval history every time.
That is
somebody's way of putting his name into the history
right
book.
Into the history books.
100 years from today.
Once upon a time,
the people who contested.
Okay. So back to the
East FM 104.3. Who to me,